Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we are currently attempting to hold in this location. We'll see how well that ends up going, but for now, I'm kind of okay with what we've got going on here, because these troops have largely arrived. They're still arriving, but they've largely arrived, and that should enable us to hold this broadly. I do want to split these guys out of that army group there, and we can definitely assign them to frontlining here. There we go. And I want to shift these guys into this army group. So I want to delete this order. And ultimately, I want to have these guys all be assigned here. So I want this front to be here as well. I want to assign it to the army group. There we go. Okay, so we'll do something kind of like that. That'll require some shifting around, and we may end up losing some ground here. But I think for the moment, it should hopefully be okay. But it's this side that we are primarily focusing on right now. We're pushing in here, and we're pushing in rapidly. We need to take a couple more locations to ensure that they have no supplies flowing in. But broadly speaking, we should be winning on this front overall. Approximately. This is potentially a bad cutoff here. This nuke is hilarious. I don't care about it really. I do want to make sure... Okay, we are bringing forces in here. Good. We definitely don't want to lose there. And we did manage to push in here as well. So I think we're all good on that front. Let's check in up here, make sure that things are going fine. They appear to be for the moment. And we are set to cautiously attack. I don't expect us to gain any territory over here. I mostly just don't want to lose it. But for the moment, we are... Oh, another nuke here. I'm just waiting for the smoke to clear on this nuke right now, because this is baffling to me. Why would you nuke here? What possible reason is there to drop a nuke right here? There's no railroad. There's no naval base. There's no logistics hub. There's no airport. There's nothing here. Literally nothing. I'm very confused about that. Well, that's fine. I do ultimately want to... Oh, we're still converting this. We're going to have to tick forward a day. Once these railroads do convert, that will help matters supply-wise up here quite a lot. So that's now a level 2 railroad. We're going to bump that up to a level 6 railroad, but it's not a huge priority. We'll put that around here. Okay. One of our famous naval bomber carrier aces has died. That's unfortunate, but it's okay. So we're continuing to press in here, and we appear to be pressing in at tremendous speed. In fact, this is being taken back over. So the Germans are collapsing in Africa again. That's great. As far as this over here goes, it looks like they've pulled some troops off of this line. That's fascinating. For the time being, we're not really in a position to continue to push up here, though. I really do want to get these land forts done, but I think that we should move up these railroads in priority. I feel like we're doing okay on our land fort front at this point. So we'll do something kind of like this. We'll get these railroads prioritized, and that'll help our logistics out over this direction. So that'll be fine. And we're going to head on in over here. Casablanca is about to fall. That's a huge deal. Absolutely huge. Because that means that they only have these 2 naval bases left. And those naval bases will fall soon. Which will mean that we're going to be able to redirect these forces up to Turkey. That's fantastic. That's really, really good. Now, they may try another North Africa invasion here. If they do, we'll largely do the same thing, but we'll be able to respond faster. So that's great. We definitely need to fill out this army. Okay, that nuke actually does some damage to us. They only have 200 planes here right now. Let's see if we can stop them from nuking. They dropped another nuke in Casablanca. That's not great. So we're just seeking to prevent them from nuking here. We have 0 air superiority. That's questionable, right? We should have at least a little. But our planes aren't actually flying. That's the core issue. Why aren't they flying? I don't know. But sure. We're in air superiority mode, right? Yeah, air superiority out in Maghreb. So... now air superiority is off. Now it's on, but we're not actually flying. I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh. I'm sure what's going on here. They nuked this airport. We can't actually fly out of this airport. That makes sense. So we'd need to repair that airport. But for the moment, I think this is fine. Nuking up here again? That's a waste. And we're just continuing to push in. We're now going to pincer them here. So that's absolutely great. How are things going up here? I think this is broadly static. This is definitely static, and that's exactly what we want. These guys are holding this on their own for right now. That will not be the case forever. So that's reasonably okay. How are things looking down over this way? The Germans are in serious danger here. Cool. So this is their only naval base at this point. Those nukes do hurt us, no doubt about that. I want to check in on our logistics here. We're recruiting a lot, but we'll deal with that later. I want to take a quick look here at our stockpiles. Okay. It's looking good. We're just not getting troops and equipment out here. Cool. So we're going to need to resupply these units, of course. And that will be a very big deal. So we're trying to hold, or take this back, rather. But our supplies are definitely getting grim. But so are theirs. Yeah, our supplies are getting incredibly grim here. They're trying to punch out this way. We do have a batch of manpower that came in. That's nice. But they're running low on supplies. As are we. Okay. That guy's wounded. Is that this guy? No. This is Henry Winter. Who is that? This guy got wounded. Are they launching a big attack over here? Not exactly a big attack. They are attacking, but we're dug in for now. I just want to make them pay for this. If we give up a little bit of territory, that's okay. Cool. So they're currently pushing up towards Casablanca, and our supplies down here are really very grim. I'm wondering what the reason for that is. I think it's just time. Really? I mean, we can motorize these. That'll probably help. But we should almost certainly back off of aggressive attack to cautious attack here. And just let our supplies replenish a bit. Cool. I also want to go through and find out exactly how many units do we actually need to get what we want here. Well, we know that we need 1 unit of infantry and 3 tanks here. For this army, we need 4 tanks, so that's 7 total tanks, and 8 total infantry here. So that's 9 total infantry and 7 total tanks, I believe. Let me double check that. So 3 plus 4. Yes. 7 total tanks, 9 total infantry. Well, we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 being recruited. I'm going to cancel this line. We have 24 infantry units. Now, some of these have been spaced out, but I'm going to cancel these down to 9. And that'll give us a good amount of infantry here. There we go. Or rather, a good amount of manpower. Now, how much of that manpower will immediately be consumed by our armies? I don't know. We'll find out. Oh, they're nuking the Americans down here. Sure. That's fine. So we really do want this naval base to fall. If the Americans can take that, that's a huge deal. We're a little bit overextended here, but I can already see our forces are recovering very nicely. So I'm going to use these units here. I'm going to attack here. What? No. I wanted to just select these guys. I'm going to attack here. We're going to assist that attack from here. We're going to attack... Well, we're going to defend here. And then attack here. Assisting that attack from here. These guys, they're just moving in. Cool. And we can definitely see the Americans moving up here. This attack appears to have failed. We can assist this attack here. And we can also assist from here. Man, dislodging them out of these mountains is rough. Okay, these guys are moving up. Looks good. Let's cancel those attacks for now, because we need to hold these positions. Now, they did actually get surrounded in this location, so these guys are without supplies at this point. This unit did lose something. A unit of tank. Okay, so we're going to queue back up a unit of tank here. For now, that's fine. But these guys have no supply flow. So, we should look to move in with these units down to here, ideally. Okay, so we'll just pull back like this. These guys can move back a bit. Our forces are moving in. When will they arrive? Soon. Man, we're having a very, very hard time dislodging these supply-less units. And a lot of this is due to the mountains here. Okay. Let's try to attack here. And we're going to assist that from here. We'll just push these guys out. That's a much easier attack. I want to check in over here. This looks broadly static, so that's good. Okay, and we can see our manpower numbers plummeting. That's to be expected. Yeah, this flips over. So these guys have only supply through Marrakech, and it's a very minor amount. So they are weakening all the time right now. We're going to attack here, mostly as a probing attack. I just want to see how strong this is. Actually, it's pretty good. Let's move these units in here, these units in here, and we will support this attack. Well, we're actually supporting here. These guys will support this attack. Cool. Why are you facing this direction? Oh, that's the American tank. Got it. Okay, no problem there. We can't actually control the American tank, so it's completely fine. Oh, is that an autosave? That was a bit of a lag spike. I'm not sure, but we definitely want to take these guys and tell them, go back to aggressively attacking. We're getting supply flow down here now, and we also have this armored division. So that armored division needed to go in here, correct? Yes, that will max out this army. And then this armored division needed to come... And we kind of need one... We need several in both of these locations. But we have an armored division here as well. There we go. So off they go. Cool. Unable to find valid path to target. That's interesting. Not entirely sure why that's happening. We'll come back to that in a moment. I want to get these German units cleaned up here. That is top priority at this moment. I don't care about these nukes. That's reasonably fine. So obviously these attacks are going to be fairly rough here. Into the mountains. They're fairly entrenched, and it's going to be tough to get them out of there. But we are making progress. They have basically no supplies. So that's all good. I kind of just want to tell all of these guys, assist this attack here, here, and here. These guys, they can just push in a little bit if they can, but for right now, we're working on getting them out of Marrakech. Cool. And we just stack wiped some of their units there. This guy can now get a preferred tactic. And I kind of want breakthrough. There we go. Okay. Now everybody comes over here and attacks. These guys have no supplies. Elections will be held as usual. I would like to boost our stability a little bit. Institute press censorship? I mean, that's one thing we could do. We'll just run that for some stability. Cool. And these guys are just heading on in. Stack wipes are occurring. Fantastic. There's another stack wipe. 2 more days. Another one. Another one. And we got him. Okay. So now we're going to come over here. We're going to create a new army group. And these guys will be in there. For now, all we're going to do is frontline them over here. We need to get the troops over here. Is the top priority. It looks like we've lost some ground over on this side. Doesn't it? Yeah, we definitely have lost some ground on this side. Okay. Well, we need to move these guys over. But I'm actually going to fill out these armies here. So what do we need here? We need 2 units of... We need 1 unit of infantry and 2 units of tank. So I'm going to take these guys, and we're going to take 1 unit of tank and 2 units of infantry. And we're going to cannibalize this army a little bit to fill out... Actually, this army a little bit in order to fill out this army. Then, here we have 7 infantry, 3 tank. So we're going to need 4 units of tank here. 1 unit more of tank. There we go. And then we need 9 units of infantry. That's 8 and 9. There we go. So we're cannibalizing this army. And what do we need to fill this out? Well, we need 11 infantry and 6 tank. So we can hop in here, and we can see that we need to add 2 more units of infantry and 1 more unit of tank. Okay, we'll get that started, but that'll be a little bit. So we've definitely lost some ground on this front. That's unsurprising. And how long will it take us to actually make our way over here? So if we select, say, this unit and hover over here. 81 days? That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right at all. But we're going to start heading over. And we're definitely getting pushed back on this front. This front we're dug in on. This front, not so much. So that's going to require a little bit of work. And the question is, how do we want to go about doing that? Well, that's a good question. Well, for one thing, we're just moving troops over, right? That's definitely a thing that's happening. So we can see, yeah, I don't think it's going to take anywhere near that long to make their way over here. Yeah, that's 19 days. That's much better. So for the moment, we're bringing reinforcements in. And I'm actually going to queue up another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that was actually 9 infantry units here, but that's okay. I'll queue that up. Cool. Okay. So we're just trying to hold off here for as long as we can for right now, until our reinforcements arrive. That is our current goal. Now these guys are on their way over. These guys are not currently moving. Let's at least get them up to Aleppo. Bare minimum. I want them to move to Aleppo. So let's take a look out over here real quick. Okay, so this railroad is converting. That's a big part of it. But once they get out here, they will move pretty quickly on the railroad. Don't even bother attacking out here right now. There's no point in attacking here for the moment while we wait for our reinforcements. Like, seriously, stop. Okay. There we go. Our reinforcements will arrive soon, but this side is our strong side with all of our land forts. So that'll be fine. And we're going to be finishing up this railroad pretty soon as well, which will help. But look at this. We already have forces almost here. We're currently losing this fight. I certainly want to bring a unit over. Get in there. I don't want to lose this. How close are we? Okay. There we go. So we get a couple of units in there. The question is, why are we attacking here? Don't attack. Stop it. I don't want you to attack on this side. This is the problem. I need to tell them to actually stop. Okay. So for the moment, that's fine. We do have more units on the way over, and they will arrive eventually. But we've gotten some of our reinforcements in. So that's good. We definitely need this tank back in here. We really do want to hold this. This line is our hold line. So we're making good progress on that. And not quite all of these units are here yet. This guy's still a ways away. This is very interesting that they chose to do this rather than take the railroad up here. I think that's questionable. But sure. For the moment, things seem to be somewhat stable on this front. We definitely need to get reinforcements onto this front, though. That's very clear. How are we doing on our recruitments? We're going to have a number of new recruits soon. 17 November. So a little bit over a month on that one. Cool. I want to check in on our logistics over here. Weird. I'm assuming this has to do with railroad bombing. Presumably. We can go like here and just prioritize repair of all of these railroads. They're going to go very, very swiftly. So we can get all of that repairing done. And then also work on some of these smattering of railroads that are down through here. And there's also some logistics hubs here. They'll be done on their own eventually. But we can do something like this. So this will be done on 12 October, 12 October, 12 October. So yeah, like all of these that we're currently working on are going to be done on 12 October. But realistically, this isn't necessarily efficient. Like that'll be done eventually. But we can start working on that. Because I'd very much like to make sure that we're getting supplies all the way up here. I don't like the fact that we're not seeing supplies over this way. So I do want to start work on a supply hub that we put here as top priority, connected in via a railway, like that, as top priority. So we'll get that underway, but that'll take a while to build. We're moving our reinforcements in, and they'll arrive eventually. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this order here. That's an irrelevant order. And can we, at this point, I don't think we can issue an army group order yet. These infantry need to make their way over. So that will be the current goal here, for these infantry to make their way over. Now that they're on the railroad, they should move faster. Although they're not apparently on the railroad, they're just moving. Why aren't you on the railroad? Next arrival in 52 days. I guess the railroad is probably broken or something. I'm going to move this unit up to here as well, just to get them on the way. I think I'm going to go ahead, though, and delete these orders. I would like to put in... Is this guy leading any of our forces right now? No. I'm going to promote this guy to Field Marshal. And he is kind of already aggressive. We could take defensive doctrine, though, for some max entrenchment, though. And we'll go ahead and do that. And then we're going to assign them to a front line right along this border, like so. Cool. So there we go. We will rearrange a bit. And how are we doing on people moving in here? This is a huge number of these forces that are, again, not getting on these railroads. And I think this is because these railroads are likely damaged. Yes. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here. So, I mean, these railroads are getting finished up pretty quickly. We're working our way through that, and that will hopefully allow these troops to embark onto the railroads pretty quickly. That's what we're hoping, anyway. And we're going to put additional forces into this army, naturally. For the moment, we do not need our planes out over this way, of course. We can just park them here in Lebanon. So over they come. How are we looking in Asia Minor? Not good in the air. That's for sure. Okay. Noted. It is, however, about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to get all of our reinforcements up over this way, and hopefully get these repairs completed. That would be pretty nice. There's a lot of them here for sure, but, I mean, we're getting through a bunch of them per day, so that's great. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including... This is the wrong notepad. Fantastic. Casserole, JJ Gamer, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, Atala, Jens Graham, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.